With the possibility with the OpenAI model, right? One of the use cases that you can make a use of GPT position to analyze the picture given to it, right? So what I thought was, let's do a simple use case which can be helpful for digital marketing agencies. No, to build a lead magnet, right? I mean, obviously you can build something like this without having to have a digital marketing agency. But I think that a lot of digital marketing can make a use of this particular use case to have a lead magnet or build a business around to this, right? So on this video, I'll walk you through step by step on how to build a AI landing page analyzer which would allow people to input the website landing page URL over here, and it would result in a landing page with the by the text like this, right? So obviously, please do note that this particular output is coming from the OpenAI. So it would mean that the output would depend on prompt you would be giving to it. So right now I'm using the basic prompt, so it would mean that the output is not great. Obviously, you would be able to make use of a better prompt to get a better output out of this. So we would need a few tools to make this work. OpenAI API key, which is very obvious, and the WordPress landing page with the form like this. You'd have a URL field, and you would have an email field. You would have a first name or last name fields. Right now, I'm using only one field, which is the URL field. Obviously, you can have, and we would make a use of ESP, which is advanced custom field, which would allow us to build a custom post type to post this particular content for the content on the WordPress. So we would make a use of Fabric Connect over here to build this particular automation. If you don't have Fabric Connect account, please go ahead and sign up now using the link given in the description. And we would also make a use of one simple API, which is allow us to convert the URL to the screenshot, right? Obviously, this is very optional, so you can make a use of a different API to convert this URL to screenshots, right? So I would imagine that I don't need to explain how to get the Open API key or how to sign up for that. So let's assume that you have a WordPress website set up already, and let's create a landing page like this one in particular. You can have a different setup, different design, but you would have set up something similar to this, and you would have a URL field, and a URL field would be very mandatory or required field to collect the landing page URL, and you can also have a name field or email field if you are interested in collecting a lead magnet or lead data, right? So let's you would have to create a advanced custom field like this one. Right now, I have created custom field, right, which is advanced AI LP analyzer, which is looks something like this, which will allow us to create a custom post type with this particular data like this one, right? So the if you don't have one simple API account, you can also sign up for that. But remember that this is optional. You can use any different website to screenshot API. So the last setup would be to have a Fabric Connect workflow. Let me walk you through that as well, so you know how this particular setup is done. Let's start with the basic. We would have this form, and which is currently created using a form builder. Sorry, Elementor form builder. Please do note that you can have a different form as long as it would allow you to have a redirect option and the sending the data to web URL. So I'll also show you how this is done, so you'd have a better understanding of how this is done in the backend. So we'd have a landing page URL like this one, and please go to the action after submit. You would have a collect submission, and I have a redirect option. Please note that this is not the webhook option, but rather I'm going with the redirect option, and I'm sending the data manually by this parameter URL and the form dynamic data or value or ID of this particular field, which you can get by going to forms and click on advanced, and you can get the shortcode over here. You can simply use this when you are sending the data to to a redirect URL. Please do note that this redirect URL is webhook URL. So we are simply redirecting the user to this particular URL. I will explain why this is required once we go to the Fabric Connect. So once this is done, you would make this public, and you would start collecting the data. So this is the webhook URL where the data would be collected. You can see here this is the parameter, and this is the value of this particular key, right? So once you have the data, we would convert this particular URL into a screenshot using one simple API. Right now, I'm using this particular API to convert the URL to screenshot. You can make use of any tools to do this. This is optional. Right now, this is how it would look like. Now, this is the test request, but yeah, this is how it would look like. And we would call the GPT provision with the screenshot to get the response. You can also see the prompt over here. You can also make a note of this uh, and note down or improve this if it is needed. And please note that this is not the native application with the Fabric Connect at this moment, but but obviously you would be able to make use of API model to make API call to the GPT-4 vision, or you can also reach out to me. I will share this app with you. That's not an issue. You can simply either reach out to me on Facebook or send an email to me. The link are in the description, or email are in the description of this video, and you will get a response like this from the OpenAI GPT-4 vision like this. Please do note that this completely output depends on this particular prompt. So I would highly recommend you to improve this particular prompt. Right now, I'm using the basic prompt to get the basic data, and but you would be able to make use of a better prompt to get a really better output. So once we call the OpenAI GPT-4 vision to get the output like this, now we need to convert this into a valid JSON code, because right now this is not the valid JSON code. We would have multiple paragraph here, right? So when we want to add it to the WordPress, we would need to make sure that we are sending the valid JSON code, right? So we convert this one to a valid JSON code using simple Python code. You can also make use of ChatGPT to write this particular code, or you can also reach out to me to get this particular Python code as well. It would simply take the text input from the GPT-4 vision output and convert this into a nice, really simple, valid JSON code like this. You can see here the title over here and the content of the page and the status of the publish, right? So once we do this, we have the JSON code which we can use with the Word, which we can use with the WordPress to make it available to the WordPress to post this on our WordPress website, right? So please do note that this is also not a native application. So this is create. I have created this again. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or email to get this application. You would want to make a use of this, or you can also simply use the API module on Fabric Connect to make a local to the WordPress. And this is how it is done. Right now, I'm passing this Python code, which is outputting the valid JSON code like this. I'm simply passing this particular response on this particular field, and this is the API endpoint that I would want to make a API call. This, please see this. This is slug, which is custom post type, which is you can see here. This is the custom post type that I would want to post over here, right? Once you do that, once you make a API call to this with this particular data, it would be posted on our WordPress website with the custom post type, which you can see over here, right? That is this. So once it is posted, you would get a landing page URL like this, which we would make a use of data forward action to forward the user to this particular URL. So in a simple terms, once the user submit this particular form, they would be redirected to this particular step with the key value as a URL and the value as a website URL, right? You can see here. Once we have this data in the Fabric Connect would get the image URL, URL into a screenshot like this. We would pass this screenshot to a GPT-4 vision, and we would make a use of Python code to get the structured JSON code, and we would post this on our WordPress website. Once the post is posted, and we would redirect the user to this particular this particular page, and that's it. And this is pretty much of it. And I wanted to keep this video super short, but I think this is a really long video. And if you are still sticking with this video, and for that, I would absolutely thank you for that. And if you like the content, please subscribe to my channel, and feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to answer those questions. So, and that's it. And this is how it is done. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me on Facebook or comment section or email. I'm more than happy to